Whew! Murder Falcon! I cannot keep the hair out of my face. Alright, so, yeah. You know, I used to have hair like this. Yeah, I know. You don't believe it, but I did. At one time in my life, I had long, crazy hair. Alright, so, this is Murder Falcon. We're on to a new graphic novel for the Marvel-ous team-up. We're going to be joined for this graphic novel by Jay, the Faceless book reviewer, and can't wait to see what he does with this video, but I just thought I was going to have some fun today with this. So this is Murder Falcon. This is by Daniel Warren Johnson. Now, it's really his baby. He put everything into this. If you look at the beginning of the book here, the title pages, he did the artwork, he was the writer, he also was the co-letterer for issues 1 through 3. Now Mike Spicer did do the coloring, the colorist, and there was another letterer, Russ Wooten, that worked on this book. But really this is the love child of Daniel Warren Johnson. Daniel has written for Wonder Woman and Dead Earth, as well as Extremity, and he's pretty well known in the comic book world. This is published by Image Comics Incorporated, and it came out in 2023. So what we're doing, of course, is we're going to read through this, me, Gozz, and Jay. And, you know, of course, Gozz from the GKBC. And we're going to do like 2 chapters every 2 weeks. So this is the first installment of Murder Falcon. Wow, look at this. Look at this cover here. In the back here, see this van here? Oh my goodness. It's just reminding me of things. So I'm wearing, get my beautiful hair out of the way. I'm wearing my Sturgis shirt. So my band, Groovestone, we were lucky enough to be able to ask, to play at Sturgis. So this is 1996. My band, we traveled from upstate New York to the Badlands of South Dakota, where we played 5 nights at Sturgis. They said there was 300,000 bikers there. And it was crazy. I could go on forever. I've got so many stories that I could tell you about this, but the one that really strikes me and why I'm reading this shirt is because of this van here. So this is the van that they're gonna, I guess, use as their vehicle to get places and destroy these monsters. But just a quick story, when we were on our way to drive from New York to the Badlands of South Dakota to Sturgis, our bass player was driving a van. Now it wasn't blue like this, it was silver, but it just reminds me so much of that trip. Here you can see it here, because when they pulled up to my place to pick me up, you know, they're honking the horn, come on, we gotta go. And I don't know if y'all remember that, the movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High, where Spicoli and his group are in that Volkswagen van, pulls up to school, sliding door opens up, and just this big cloud of smoke comes out. Yeah, that's what happened. They're beeping the horn. I come walking up to the van, and they slide the door open, and just this huge cloud of smoke comes out. I climb in. It was so smoky in there, I couldn't even see. I heard some girl giggle because I was sitting on her, and next thing I remember, we're like in Illinois or something. So anyways, it just brought back some memories. I've got tons of them. Ask me someday. I'll tell you crazy stories of playing in Sturgis. But anyways, so what is this? This is a book about heavy metal rock and roll. Yeah, it's not. It is, and it's going to be fun, but not to be a bummer, bring it down. This is a much deeper book. Even after 2 chapters, I'm seeing what this is. This is a story of loss. Loss of someone, loss of oneself, loss of maybe the things that we love. It struck me already in these 2 chapters. This is going to be more serious. Have you ever, I've experienced this, I don't know. Have you ever had something that you love to do? You really love doing it, but you kind of did it with another person, and that was part of the reason you love doing it. I don't know, playing in a band or playing sports or games or putting puzzles together with your grandmother, or, you know, something like that. And then you lose that person, and now you can't seem to do that activity anymore. Why? Because you feel like you're dishonoring the memory of that person. Because if you did that activity, it reminds you so much of that person, but you don't want to take joy from it anymore because, you know, you might be, again, dishonoring the memory of that person. I've experienced things like that before. And this book is finding yourself again, finding the joy. Like, our main character is Jake, this blonde-haired dude. And Jake is a guitar player. He was in a band, a heavy metal band that was just about ready to break it, just about ready to go big. And something devastating happened. They're showing, you know, little clips here, and it appears to be like we can see an IV and a woman here. We haven't learned everything. We're only 2 chapters in, but I think Jake lost maybe the love of his life, and he stopped playing guitar. He smashed his guitar. Some other things happened. They don't really go into it much, and he no longer can play. He doesn't want to play guitar anymore, and the band falls apart. Well, all of a sudden one day he's in his room, and these monsters show up, and pow, this guy shows up with a metal arm, and here he is back here. This is Murder Falcon. So Murder Falcon shows up and he says, "Start playing, Jake." And all of a sudden Jake looks over to his guitar that he kept, but it's smashed on the floor, and now it's whole. And he grabs it, and he doesn't know what to do. He can't even remember really how to play the damn thing. And he hits some chords, and the music rings out, and it gives Murder Falcon the strength to destroy this monster. And then it goes on. There's more monsters, and we find out that they kind of team up to destroy these monsters. And here we see a big monster just sitting there in a lake. And what are these monsters? So these monsters are coming through this portal, from another dimension, and they're called the Veld. Now, Murder Falcon, he says he's from another dimension called the Heavy, like heavy metal. And he and Jake are going to join forces to defeat these monsters. They are, of course, there's a main monster, and he's called, the leader is called Magnum Chaos. Yeah, and spelled cool. The Chaos, K-H-A-O-S. Magnum Chaos is like the leader of these monsters from the Veld. And he's been working for years to on opening up these portals so he can come and suck the souls out of people and kill people and take over, you know, our planet. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be fighting these things. But I think this is more of a parable about finding oneself again, finding your joy in life, overcoming devastation and despair from losing somebody. So I think it's going to be a lot more serious than it looks. I mean, it's really cool. We meet, for instance, this dude here. I don't know if you can see him. This dude down here. So this is Johann, and he's the bass player. So by the second chapter, we're starting to put the band back together. And Johann was the bass player. Jake's the guitar player. We haven't met the drummer yet. And as we progress into chapter 2, we find this place that's like another, again, like in the earth. They go to, there's a big anvil. I don't know if you know or heard of band Anvil. I guess they call them like the real life Spinal Tap band. Look up Anvil. There's a cool documentary about Anvil, a heavy metal band that should have made it, didn't make it. But when they're down there, they end up fighting another monster, and they've picked up Johann, and Johann is like, yeah, I'm in, dude. And he's got to find a bass, and he can't use the bass he has. He's got this nice 5-string bass that he can't use, but he's got to find this bass. So they go under the ground in these caves, and they find this bass, this special bass hanging on the wall. And when they get attacked by a monster, he grabs the bass and starts playing the bass. And now his I don't know what you want to call him, I guess alter ego almost, that this, you know, Jake has Murder Falcon. Well, Johann has Halford, and Halford shows up to help, and Halford is, where is he? Is a big woolly mammoth. So that's his animal creature from the heavy, and that's cool. His name's Halford, like Rob Halford from Judas Priest. That's why I opened up with Breaking the Law by Judas Priest. Even though I'm not a great guitar player, I'm a singer. I'm trying to learn how to play guitar, so bear with me. But anyways, yeah, so that's the end of chapter 2, is where now Johann has joined Jake, and Halford has joined Murder Falcon. And they're going to, I guess, put the band back together. But right at the end of chapter 2 here, we see him. I am Magnum Chaos. Here he is, right here. So he's the bad dude. Anyways, I think it's going to be fun. I love the artwork so far. The writing style is taking me a little bit to get used to, the pacing, but I'm really going to dig it. Just the thematic heavy metal theme that's in it, thematic theme of this. But I really think it's going to be a lot more a deep introspective type thing of how we deal with loss. And I can't wait to proceed with it. Can't wait to see what Gozz, you know, says about it. I can't wait to see what Jay does. He says he's been planning something, and I don't think I'm going to be keeping this beautiful hair throughout the rest of the series. So, anyways, if you find any entertaining value in my videos, please like, please subscribe, please leave some messages. Please check out Jay's channel, The Faceless Book Review, and Gozz on the GKBC. And until next time, peace out.